I'm about to sneeze. How am I still looking? Good?
Rolling. So cute.
What's up, everybody? It's been a minute, but we just got our new tortilla press in, and I think it's time to make some killer chicken tacos. This is a recipe and technique that I've been developing over some time. Tons of cumin, a little bit of slow cooked action. These are gonna be great. Kimmie's gonna do some fresh tortillas for this, and we're gonna feast. Ingredients for chicken tacos. First, you wanna get yourself some good chicken thighs. Dark meat is best. Then we're gonna add some shallots and some garlic. We're gonna chop an onion. We're gonna add some jalapeno, some cilantro in the end, a couple of great bell peppers, red and green, and some hot sauce. We're gonna add cumin and some chili powder and some chicken bouillon, and then soak it all in beer. So let's get rock and rolling. Yeah. First you wanna oil your pan, and you wanna brown the chicken thighs. I've used 2 pounds in this recipe, so it's going to fill the pot pretty thoroughly. Just get it in there until it gets a good little sizzle, and then kind of brown it on both sides. This recipe originated in London, where I originally had some slow-cooked chicken tacos that I really enjoyed, and I started a recipe there and just refined it little bits by little bits with just the seasoning and the things I was adding and the temperatures that I put together. So over time, this is kind of one of my specialties. This is really easy to cook. I can kind of throw it together blindfolded, and it makes a really good starter recipe for chicken that can go into enchiladas, burritos, tacos. Can go great over rice. There's a myriad of uses for it. So just added the shallots and the garlic to cook in with the oil, and then now we're going to add our bell pepper and our chopped onions, and these can be really large pieces. It's not really a big deal because you're going to cook this down, and then I cook the jalapeno. I chop the jalapeno much finer and then sprinkle it on top and give it all a good stir. Tons of cumin. I'm just sprinkling that in there. That's some chipotle chili powder I added this time. Whatever hot elements that you want to add in, you can add in here. Whatever hot elements you can add in here. This is chicken bouillon. You can crumble cubes. I like the gel packs. And then give that all a good stir again. Mix that all up well. A little fresh ground pepper, a little salt, bring it all to life, and then soak it in beer. So you're just gonna dump about a regular sized can of beer, and then I add about half a cup of water to that. I think sometimes if you do the full beer, it actually tastes a little like beer in the end, and you really want that to cook off. So always add a little water in the end. And then what you're gonna do is you're basically gonna put this on a medium heat with the lid on, and you're just going to boil this down for good rolling boil for about 45 minutes. What you want to do is you're trying to soften everything up so it cooks down, and then you can so you can start shredding some of that chicken. Yeah, see, so after about half an hour it should start to look like this. You can see some of the colors come together. That liquid's going to turn a wonderful kind of orange red. If at some point you want to kind of use a metal, spatula to help this stuff along, to kind of break up and to shred out your chicken, you can kind of do that. It works best closer at the end. but it's the kind of thing will just kind of help this cook down a little faster. You're probably picking up that this is a fantastic slow cooker recipe, and it absolutely is. You can slow cook this over the course of a day, over several hours, and it'll kind of do this naturally. This is kind of, if you have about an hour to prepare, you know, you got guests coming or something, and you want to make a lot of chicken taco meat, you know, for a big group of people quickly, this is the fastest way to do this recipe. And so for me, it was, you know, after work, dinner kind of approach to it, to cook it down on the stove top as opposed to a slow cooker throughout the day. But either would work. I love anything that has like a red liquid to it, like when you kind of fry up chorizo and onions or chili or anything like this. Anything that has that just kind of means that something's really good's going on there. So again, give it all a great stir, continue to cook it down. What you're going to do is take the lid off after about 45 minutes or an hour or so, and then cook out all the liquids. You're going to let it just evaporate, steam off there. And then I just added a bunch of cilantro, chopped cilantro to the mix. You want to add this into the end because the flavor will actually come through. If you add it in the beginning and it cooks down, the cilantro will actually disappear a bit. Getting pretty close now. So depending on how you're going to serve this, you could actually serve this in this state. But if you're going to put it in tacos, you don't want it dribbling too much. Like, you want a little bit of juice for the tacos themselves to absorb. That makes it better. But if you were going to kind of say serve this over rice, then you could absolutely serve it in this state with kind of this much liquid going on. But you can see it's already thickening up a little bit here. So cook it down a little bit more. Get your fresh tortilla ready. I made some fresh pico that I let sit in the fridge for a couple of hours. Some sour cream is a great dressing, and just kind of dab some of that in the middle of your fresh tortilla and try away. Dress it how you like it. This recipe, cheese is a little bit of overkill. It's not that it's not good with it, it's just more in a traditional sense. It's so flavorful in its own right, you don't really necessarily need to overwhelm it with a bunch of other stuff, but you're welcome to dress it however you love to dress it. This recipe right here would probably serve about 4 to 6 people depending on how many tacos they're going after, but it makes quite a lot. There's always leftovers for the next couple of days. And now we're going to make Kimmie try it.
Well, Aaron just finished making his taco meat. I just grilled up some homemade tortillas. We'll see how it all turns out when it's combined together. Oh boy. Oh, that is so good. So spicy, but so good. We are definitely doing this once a month because these are incredible. So excited. Thanks, Aaron. Yay.